All right, and we're live. Thank you for joining us again for another Omake Ikuze round robin. Um, Sorry we missed you guys last week. We had a bit of an issue with scheduling things, and I was actually out of the state. But anyway, this is Bishi, and tonight I am joined by.
Charlie.
Hi, Maverick.
And this is Charlie Yellow.
We have a bit of a small crew again. Scheduling again, but hey, at least we're bringing you something this week. First off, we want to go ahead and kick off the show talking about something that we were touching on last time, which was Twitch TV and its imminent buyout. Turns out Google did not actually get it. Turns out Amazon came in and just pulled the rug right out from Google. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, apparently from what I read, there was some small detail that Twitch and Google could not agree on at the very end, and then ended up wrecking the deal altogether. Because it was some I think it was like a part of the contingency plan. Like, if what if this happens, then what do we do about it? And Twitch and Google ended up falling out over that, and then the deal fell apart. And I guess, like you said, Amazon just pull up quick to
Amazon found it and scooped it up. Yeah.
It's really interesting to see how quickly things can change just with one part of like a contract or something.
Yep. And now I have a totally different owners, and now all the Twitch viewers out there, I guess, are going to have to wait and see what Amazon's going to do. Apparently, Amazon's going to try to keep it separate and independent and not just kind of move in and take over and put all their tentacles all over everything. But still, Amazon owns it. They have the room to do things with it, and that worries people probably.
It just depends. I mean, usually even if Amazon's taken something over, they're usually good about leaving it with the original owners unless they completely screw something up.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be all right. As time will tell. I mean, the sale's been confirmed. Amazon's already had it for a few weeks now, and so far nothing apocalyptic has happened yet. So maybe it won't be that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I can still stream on Twitch, as was evidenced on Wednesday.
Now, speaking of Twitch, there are a coworker of mine asked me. I told him that we stream games on Twitch for the show, and it was like, "Are you making money from Twitch?" I'm like, "What do you mean? We just play games, just play games." Well, a lot of them are publishing themselves, and you subscribe to us for free. And that's probably not going to change for us when it comes to Twitch. But apparently there's people that have channels that you have to subscribe to them. The only way to subscribe to them is you have to pay like $4.99 to subscribe to them.
Yeah,
and you can say you only want subscribers the ability to talk to you or be in the chat and stuff like that. I bring that up because I watch. Apparently, Liz Cat has a Twitch channel now, and she's playing video games, and that was one of her guidelines at the bottom in the rules. I said, all right, I'll check it out, whatever. But she has the whole pay to subscribe thing, and some of her rules is like I only have it open for subscribers, and no vulgarity and stuff like that. The fuck, like, I'm not gonna pay you guys. I'm not gonna ask you guys to pay me watch me play video games.
yeah.
Especially if it's a night that I'm not feeling all that well. I don't want to feel like I cheat you out of your money. I don't.
Well, now what you say about the whole pay to subscribe and everything like that. Now, like I think the person who subscribed, she actually had it set up to where unless you are a paying subscriber, you cannot comment on her channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I can imagine that would help in regards to keeping the vulgar content and the nasty commentary down, because let's face it, trolls aren't going to pay that much. They're not going to pay money just to get on somebody's channel and be nasty or anything. So I guess it helps that way, but
Yeah, but then it also hurts your subscribers in a way unless you're already a name out there.
Yeah.
That's true too. I guess it's kind of a balance thing, and I guess when you compare your more famous YouTube subscribers, you watch the famous YouTube subscribers. You don't pay anything, but you get ads in the videos. Whereas Twitch, you pay a little bit of money, but you're not getting any ads in the streams. At least I hope they're not.
I don't really know, because I'm not going to pay to watch someone, like, to subscribe to them. Like, I'll watch your stream, but I don't really want to comment on it, but I'm going to watch you because I'm still a fan. Because there's a guy that I watch, his name's Maximilian. He does a lot of fighting game tutorials and stuff. He did the whole Assist Me series on YouTube with Marvel versus Capcom, with Doom and all those guys hanging out together. He does those. But this is him playing video games. This is his living. He does YouTube videos and all that stuff. That's his living. I understand that he's got to market himself and keep doing that. That's understandable. But when it comes to the whole Liz Cat thing, it's like you don't really, and she doesn't really do much. She plays the video games. She sucks at them horribly. But and it's just, and then I started delving deeper and seeing other people, other channels doing it too, and it's like, but I understand you trying to make a quick buck or whatnot, but even if your fans are loyal, why do that? Like, that's, I don't know.
I wonder how much of that
I'm all about making a quick buck, but it's not. I'm not going to gyp these guys out of money, and especially if you don't regularly stream or put up content all the time. Because there's people that are on Twitch that they play maybe once every 3 weeks, if anything.
I'd be curious to know how much of that $4.99 actually makes it to her pocket, or however much per subscriber. I'd be curious about that, but you know, it's not.
I'm sorry. We have mostly moved away from the pay-per-view format in a lot of things, including TV. I'm not about to regress back to that.
Yeah.
True.
If you have like shirts or something like that, I'll support you that way. But no, I think it's stupid.
That's just. It seems like it's getting to the point of begging, actually.
Yeah. Like, what?
I think it's like you said. You know, we've progressed beyond pay-per-view, but now people are noticing. I guess some content producers notice, like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, the technology is getting more advanced, but we're not making quite as much money, or there's not quite as much growth in subscription or in revenue as there once was. So yeah, you're almost getting an old school music industry attitude about it, where it's like, we need to rig the system so we keep making money, regardless of how good the music is, regardless of how the technology advances. We got to rig the system so we can keep making money.
Which actually just reminds me of the whole Gene Simmons comment about rock is dead, but that's another thing for a different show.
Rock's dead? I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It's a big thing. That came out. It literally came out of left field.
Yeah.
Honestly, like no one, everyone thought. A lot of people thought Gene Simmons was dead. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, a lot of people did. No, because when Gene Simmons dies, the Kiss fanverse is big enough now that we will know. It'll be like as if millions of voices cried out in one unified voice or something. It's going to be a big day when that happens.
It's going to be Alderaan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. But instead of silence, it was going to be suddenly wailing.
Although, I will go ahead and say this with all due respect to him, I expect Keith Richards to go first.
Sad.
Only.
Are the guys in Metallica still alive? Because I swear to God, they made a Crossroad deal years ago.
My comment was about to be all wrong. I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep that to myself. I will play, if you cannot say anything nice,
You're on the wrong show. Anyway.
What Mav said.
But no, like Metallica. Yeah, Metallica's. Everyone in Metallica's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they made a Crossroad deal years ago.
Oh yeah.
These boys play for their souls.
Yeah, but now Crowley has realized that they're much more useful to him alive, so he hasn't come back to take their souls yet.
Yeah.
Plus, they already
So-
passed 27 years of age.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of bad things, just awful, awful things. As you know, Ryuji is a big fan of Lupin the Third, and he went on and on about this movie, the live action movie that was coming out, that was always coming out, but never came out, but has come out. It's a shitty, shitty movie.
That's what it's looking like.
It is.
It's bad.
It is the lowest degree of pandering.
Wow. Yeah, the reviews I've read on it, reviewers are tearing that one a second and a third one.
It is bad.
I mean, they're just
And
saying,
it looked so good from the previews.
yeah. And they're saying, like, not only is it a bad adaptation of the Lupin material, but it's just a bad movie in its own right. Like, if it wasn't based on Lupin, it would still be a bad movie.
Yeah. It's a shitty movie.
I
And
had high hopes for it.
And I love movies. That's everyone that knows me. I love movies, and there's
I do
been
too.
times where I've gone against other people about movies. I still love Pacific Rim. Even one of me and my other friends, one of my other friends will stand up straight up and down that she hates that movie. Well, guess what? It's a summer blockbuster. All I need is explosions, giant robots, and fucking kaijus. I don't need Oscar-winning scripts. I don't need Oscar-winning dialogue. Punch, rip head off, keep going. That's all I really want.
Who wants to think when they go to the movies in the summertime?
Hell no. If you make me think at all during a summer movie,
Right?
I hate you.
School has let out. You're just trying to make it. You're just trying to chill and relax. You're not trying to think.
No, I'm not trying to think.
You don't
I'm
need.
not trying to have like sad feelings.
You don't need existential crises. No.
The world's getting run over by monsters. Fight them. Cool. The world's getting run over by Hydra. Fight them. Cool. Your best friend's a psychopath, but we changed his brains up, but he's still a psychopath. Fight him. Cool. I have a talking raccoon and a talking tree. Cool.
Talking raccoons, no joke.
But no, the Lupin movie was garbage, and
That
Yeah.
was
Apparently, one of the things that they did is they had like shaky cam used through it.
yeah. They totally overused it to the point where it's like, oh god. You know. So,
and the costume design was garbage. Like, there's a point where, you know, if a character is supposed to be silly or over the top, yeah, that's fine. But when it goes, just clear off, like, what's that animal that kills itself? Oh, lemming. Just lemmings off a cliff.
okay, I have a question. Okay, one thing. Yeah, you're saying, you know, how they went into the costume design. Lupin the Third has some of the most simple, basic costumes I've ever seen in anime. How can you go wrong with that? Lupin, he wears, what is it, black pants, black shirt, yellow tie, and either a green or a red jacket.
Yeah,
How can you go wrong with that? Goemon,
simple, guys.
wears a kimono. Tegan, he wears a suit. Fujiko, you pretty much can't go wrong as long as it's tight and revealing.
She can wear a barrel and she'll be fine.
But
It's
yeah,
actually one of the
apparently,
villains it's one of the villains that has to to abduct Fujiko. She wears nothing. The character's name is Maria. Wears nothing but a garter belt and stockings on their pair of Daisy Dukes with an unseemly tight corset for a top. And then has a hard-to-watch fight scene with Fujiko in a bathrobe. WWE Divas put on a better fight than this fight. Eva Marie could have played Fujiko better than this.
I think there's only one thing that can be said about this movie, and the sad part is I've never watched it myself. And I still want to see it if I get a chance.
I watched half of it. I stopped. I was tired.
I've not watched it yet. I've only read reviews of it, and I've just noticed kind of a theme in all the reviews. But I think there's only one thing that can be said about this movie. There was one job.
He needs to be locked up. He needs to go to jail and locked away.
No, there was one job.
No, like, you shouldn't even took this job. You should just stop and said, I have better things to do with my life, and said no.
Apparently they didn't have better things to do with their life. Oh, but anyway. So, you know.
Moving on to horrible live action translation. Okay, guys. There is going to be a Ghost in the Shell live action movie.
Wait, is it confirmed or are they talking about it?
Oh, it is. It is. It's happening. It's already been cast and everything. It's already like the major has been cast, or a possible lead. I'm sorry, a possible lead for it, but it is getting made. One of the main characters in Wolf of Wall Street, her name is Margaret. I'm going to probably butcher her name. Margaret Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
In talks to star in the live-action English language version of Ghost in the Shell. Written by Bill Wheeler. Bill Wheeler. It's based off the original manga rather than the film itself. Robbie will play a version of the Major. Before the show, I showed Bishi what she looked like. Now, it's not the fact that she can't act. She can act her ass. She can act. What were your exact words, Bishi?
Something about turning Ghost in the Shell into an Aryan nation.
Yes. This blonde head over there said the Aryan nation. But no, she is like...
Hey, it's out of a bottle.
Okay. Racism out of a bottle. Okay, no, I'm kidding. The fact that she is just the most blonde-haired lady I've ever met, like, I've ever seen. She can act her ass off, though. That's no problem. I bring up that because we have fans who are really, really into Ghost in the Shell. Whether they're friends or just fans, you guys love the Major. She's one of like the best female leads I've seen in an anime. One of the best ones. There's a bunch of them, but she's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. And I'm gonna bring it to this point. There's been more casting for more characters and whatnot. One being recently, The Rock has been initially cast to play Black Adam in the Justice League or in the Shazam movie that's coming out. With Benjamin Cumberbatch, you know, Sherlock and everything else British and that people love. All you Tumblr bitches. He's possibly being talked about being cast as Martian Manhunter. And then another whitewashing incident is with this season coming up of Arrow, with Ra's al Ghul being cast to be Matt Nable. Now, Ra's al Ghul, classify his race. Like, Is he Middle Eastern?
I would have to look it up, but I do believe he had something to the effect of maybe Middle Eastern, Persian, or something like that.
He's Arabic.
Arabic, okay.
Yeah. There's been many incarnations of race over the years, whether it be in comics or cartoons. The comics and the cartoons pretty much stay the same look. He's Arabic until the Dark Knight Rises, the Nolan series came along and had him be played by Liam Neeson. No one really cared then, but now apparently everyone's flipping their shit now because no. Ra's al Ghul can't be played by a white man. He don't need to be played by a white man. Why can't they just stick to the main, just stick to the content or whatnot, blah, 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 blah. Whitewashing happens throughout all of the media. It's going to happen. Yes, they could have possibly found an Asian lady to play the Major.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
have you heard who the director is?
For
The supposed director for Ghost in the Shell, the Ghost in the Shell live action?
No, who's the director?
Rupert Sanders.
Rupert Sanders?
Snow White and the Huntsman.
Well, okay, never mind. This movie's done. Well, wait, no, that just means that she might end up sleeping with him, breaking up another relationship with him and and Kristen Stewart.
Oh,
We all win.
don't go there.
I mean, the movie still gets made, but
Anyway, about the
yeah, whitewashing happens all the time in movies. Yeah, they could have gotten someone Asian to play it. I mean, I'm not doubting her skills as an actress. No. They could have got the girl who he's on Agents of Shield, maybe. And she's not super old. She's not like old, but she's still like, I think she's in her mid-30s, I believe. Who plays like the second in command to the Colts. There's a bunch of up and coming actresses that could do it if they're strong enough with chops and whatnot. I don't care. The Rock being Black Adam, that's perfect. That's perfect casting right there. He's born to play that. That's his role. He's good at playing heroes and villains at the same damn time. He's good at it. And as for, race being white, it happens. It doesn't really bother me at all, but a lot of fans have gotten upset about it and whatnot. It happens. That's how the industry works. If they have a more familiar face or someone who knows them more and more credit, then we put them in that role and span the hell out of them. Put him in everything. Put his face on everything.
Okay. While that does happen, and I guess I can understand we want a known face, somebody that the audience will recognize. At the same time, though, when you have more extreme examples like the Water Tribe and the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
I tried to forget about it.
No, I'm going to bring it up because, again, it's not a matter. I think there's more to this than just finding a known face. I know that can happen, but I mean, I watched like 3 episodes of the original cartoon, and I know that the Water Tribe were kind of Eskimo, of Asian descent.
Inuit.
Inuit. Okay, Inuit. How did we end up with a bunch of Icelandic-looking people in that movie? I mean...
I'm Ding Dong casting?
I guess. Oh, and I looked up the person that plays Agent May on S.H.I.E.L.D. that you're talking about a moment ago. She's actually 50. But...
What?
Yes. The woman that plays Agent May on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, Ming-Na Wen. She is 50 years old.
I need an Asian lady in my life. They don't age.
So, take that for however you want.
Holy shit!
Yep, born 1963. So she
Yeah,
turned.
she can play the Major then. That right there, like she's a robot. That's all I can say.
You know what? I think she could do it.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. All right. But yes, the whitewashing happens a lot. Yeah, that horrible, horrible Avatar movie. Um, where it was like the entire cast was like white, like even down to Katara, even Aang. Aang was a white kid. I don't even know if that kid's doing anymore. I think that ruined his career.
Hmm. Yeah, and I do. It is a problem where the whitewashing, when it does happen, like the Akira live action movie that was in limbo here or in talks there. It felt like just forever, and there was going to be an Akira movie, but nothing solid ever happened. But in most of the proposed, casting rumor this or casting hopeful that, white people, knowing full well that Akira was full of Japanese teenagers.
With problems. But I want to see where this is going to go, and that's if I get to see more action of the air, like race in action, then I'll be fine. That actually no, that part doesn't bother me. I want to hear more about the Ghost in the Shell movie. If they're going to make an entire white cast, then no, I don't want that. I like diversity in my cast. Just no for me. As of right now, no. Show me more. We'll find someone else.
Yeah,
Give me more options.
I'd like to see casting that matches, that's more in relation to the original material. If Ghost in the Shell did not exist and this was some brand new thing out of the blue, then sure, you could probably sell that to me. But Ghost in the Shell is an established mythos that dates back to the late 80s. So it's like, come on, y'all.
And speaking of newer things coming out this year,
Actually, one more thing, just talking about that. Saya brought up a good point, just sending me a quick message. She hit the roof with the Lone Ranger when that came out.
oh yeah,
Yes, the Lone
with
Ranger.
Tonto being Johnny Depp because he's been brought down his back pocket.
And I'm looking at the YouTube comments, and Daniel Mitchell is mentioning Dragon Ball Evolution.
We don't
discuss that.
I
We
know
don't, we don't discuss.
I know we don't want to, but yes, that is also.
It was a horrible movie, but I do think it relates to the whitewashing issue where Goku becomes a white 17-year-old.
Oh, let's.
Speaking of bad casting, hold on. I'm gonna bring up Blood Plus, that live action movie that they had. If we hurt feelings.
Yeah. But no, if you want real whitewashing, take a look at what they did with like the proposed Evangelion movie years and years and years ago. They were gonna change everyone's name. Like, I think Asuka's name was going to become Kate Rose.
Why?
Because cheese. I don't know.
Don't blame cheese. Cheese is good.
Okay, because Cameron wills it.
There we go. There we go. Oh, that feel from my mouth a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so.
But okay, taking a quick diversion from some of this. The reason we didn't have a show last week is because there weren't a lot of people around. I was in Atlanta. I was attending Dragon Con.
Lucky bastard.
So yeah, Dragon Con is pretty damn awesome. This past year was my first year going. there are way too many people there. Like, it was like 65,000, 70,000 people, something like that. It was huge. It was spread out over 5 hotels.
See,
You remember any of it? That's the key part.
I remember some of it. How does that work?
That gets you a B plus. That's what that gets.
I do remember that I had to actually, like, okay. Saturday the weather was horrible. I remember that I had to actually, like, hang up my boots for Takuto to let them air dry.
That hot?
Yeah, it was like 90-something degrees with like 70% humidity.
Wait, Saturday's a parade, right?
Yes.
he doesn't remember that part.
Saturday was the parade.
Oh,
Dude, the
see,
entire weekend was like a blur to me, so...
Well, I'm glad that you had had a good time. That's all that really mattered. That you had fun. It was your first time.
It was loads of fun. I actually got to see one of my old friends who actually co-runs the American Sci-Fi track. One of my friends, Gary Mitchell, he lives out in Seattle now. He actually co-runs that and also does like a podcast thing as well. So.
Apparently, Daniel Mitchell said some of the walkways at the con actually got shut down because of too many people.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Also, I heard, and this was from multiple people that were there, about people dropping bottles from like the skylight and dropping it down in the crowd.
Yeah, I was not in that hotel at that point in time, thankfully. I think it was the Sheraton. Let's see, hold on, I'm trying to think, because you had 5 hotels. You had the Sheraton, the Marriott, the Westin, the Hilton, and I always forget one. But anyway, I was not there at that point, but apparently people were taking, like, bottles and dropping them from, like, the 10th story or the, like, 18th story or something like that.
Why do people hurt the things they love the most? I don't understand.
And people like that, or why we can't have nice things?
Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, I got to see a lot of the cosplays that got posted because a lot of the either they were Instagramming or posting on Facebook, or some of the photographers were going ahead and actually putting up images and stuff. As for the cosplays, they look great. Some of the ones that I saw were amazing. I saw one of the Warhammer guys there. Like, apparently he was one of the bigger ones was there. Shit.
The cosplay that I saw just made me feel inadequate as hell. I was like, I'm just gonna be over here now. But no, what was it? The Sheraton, like one of the main hotels where a lot of the programming was. I thought I knew how silly how Play-Doh felt before going through the Play-Doh extraction factory when I went to Katsucon a few years ago, and it was held like before it moved to the Gaylord. Dear God, no, this is worse. Because like it just became the center of the con for some reason. As Saya said, people drop bottles because basic bitches are everywhere.
Basic bitches should be allowed in cons.
But no, it was definitely a fun experience.
You want to go again?
I would need some different cosplay, but yeah.
Right.
It was worth it. It was a lot of fun.
Good.
For those who haven't attended and who like sci-fi comics, that sort of thing, definitely put that on your sci-fi, anime, comics, whatever. They had something for everyone, literally. Like there was programming going on almost 24/7 for 4 days.
I don't think few of the ones besides you that went that I knew. I don't think they slept at all. Like the ones our friends from Absolutely. I don't think they slept at all. Like I'd wake up, go to bed, wake up, and there's like just posts and posts of them just running around playing games, drinking, having a great time, and be back
Yeah,
up at 6 in the morning going doing stuff.
the con does not shut down really.
God.
Do they have actual programming all through the night, or is it just that there's so many people that it becomes a small village that never sleeps?
No, they actually have programming through the night. They have a block called late night programming. I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's just whoever gets up there first can decide what they're going to do.
Oh,
But they actually have blocks of programming. But the dealer's hall was ridiculous. It was actually in if anyone has any clue about downtown Atlanta, it was actually in the Americas Mall, and it took up the first 2 floors for about half a city block.
what the hell? One, I don't have enough money in the world to go there to survive that, because I would probably make it like one level and be on spend all my money. But like you have like 14 other levels. Well, fuck this. Going home.
No, one thing that made me smile, though, was they actually had a booth from Troma. Like, Troma brought in stuff and had a booth.
Cool.
I was like, yes.
I think maybe like the first day I would spend it in the dealer's room, and then the rest of the week I would just the rest of the weekend I go out, hang out, and do stuff, and then like maybe Monday when I'm done,
Like,
I
one of
money.
the very first things I did on Friday was I actually went ahead and like went through the dealer's hall. It took me, I believe, 2.5 hours to get through all of it in one go round, just browsing.
Did you get lost?
A couple of times.
Okay. You didn't have to call for an adult like I'm lost. Where am I going?
I just kept walking around. I eventually found the escalator.
They won't. If I don't stop, they won't think I'm lost. I'll just look like I know where I'm going.
Yeah, I look like I'm going to this panel. I'm trying to go to this room. Yeah, I won't look lost.
No, I meant to pass by the one wall full of board games and Munchkin and Flux. I meant to pass by that twice.
Sir, the Flux wall is on the other side of the convention center.
Right.
I knew that.
Fuck you!
This is the zombies wall, sir.
But no, to give you an idea, this is not the schedule book. This is just the guest book.
So nice.
You're gonna end?
So
that is coffee table reading material. That's what that
It is the size of a magazine.
so many guests.
That's a strategy guide.
Such awesome.
That's a strategy guide right there.
Strategy guide at Dragon Con.
Hold on. Are either of you two Star Trek fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. No. Fuck off. Carb is the best. You gotta tremble!
Put it down! Put it down before it eats.
I mean,
But hey,
yeah, what's that furry thing right there?
So if the warp core has a breach, it's fixed.
Man,
Yeah.
you know what you're messing with. You saw what that thing did to the Klingons.
Actually, funny story behind that.
Really?
Where the booth where I got that from, they actually had like a tribble that had an encounter with the Borg, so it was a Borg tribble.
What?
It was kept in a cage.
For good reason.
Oh yeah, 7 and 9 was there.
Nice, nice.
I can't hear anybody.
Are you serious?
I legit can't hear anybody.
Check your volume. Hold on. Oh, my mistake. When I actually went with a friend of mine, it was actually we took 3 hours in the dealer's hall.
Hmm.
Like I said, it was 2 floors, and you had a walkway in between the 2 floors. It was buildings 1 and 2 of America's Mall. And it was one of the funniest things, though, were like the Atlanta drivers that were just like trying to go somewhere or go to work because, like, you know, light would change. You would just see parade of people pass through the intersection, and like everyone's just like,
Hello?
I hear you.
Piece of shit. I can't hear nothing. Okay. I can't hear you guys though.
Are you able to hear us? You're not?
Yeah, he can hear us. No, he can't hear us.
Uh-oh.
You're back.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing we haven't mentioned. We weren't actually in one of the hosts. I'll wait for him. Can you
I'm
hear me
back.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm back now.
Okay. That's one of the other things that I didn't mention was the fact that we weren't actually in one of the host hotels. We were in the W, which was like probably 4 or 5 blocks away from the main area. Dear God, this hotel was ridiculous. It even had a fucking helipad on the roof.
Wait, wait. Was there a pool on the roof though?
No, it was on the 16th floor.
Damn, because if there was a helipad and a pool on the roof, you should have jumped off out of your helicopter into the pool, Saints Row 3 style.
I was just thinking that when you said that, but
Because that's the only way to get into a pool. Oh.
But yeah, so it was definitely a lot of fun. For anyone who's into that, you know, for anyone who's into that whole thing, it is definitely, you should definitely put that on your bucket list. Oh shit, Daniel, sorry to hear about that. He was in the Hyatt and someone dropped a lightsaber LED light from the 10th floor and almost hit him in the head.
Oh my gosh. See?
But yeah, he also said he avoided the dealer's room until his last day, so he would actually have money to eat for the weekend. And Saya now has the tribble on her head.
Why do you have a tribble on your head? No tribble on your head.
I see.
Don't feed the tribble.
Wake up tomorrow morning and there's like 50 tribbles and no Saya in the morning. Now what are you going to do?
Burn the house down.
Yeah, another thing. Coffee and Sarcasm is actually watching, so hi. Yeah, apparently also she wanted me to mention the fact that the entirety of the room in the hotel not only had light switches, but it was light switches with, like, dimmer switches. So it was like all mood lighting.
Nice.
It was like the Pimp Hotel.
The Dragon Con's the baby making con?
I don't know. That would imply that all that happens there could result in a baby being made. And I
That's
don't.
after.
I shit you not.
According to my friend Gary on the American Sci-Fi Classic track, that's the 10 p.m. and after panels.
Fair enough.
Show your wristband to get in.
Just want to make sure we're under the understanding here that all of that activity may not lead to babies being made.
Oh, I had a joke. Oh, God. Only if you pull out games week. Oh, but no, like.
And
I
Saya
really
is
wanna
now
go.
petting the Tribble.
Stop playing with the Tribble.
Okay. So that was Dragon.
But anyway, sorry for that little diversion. I know Mav wanted to talk about something that was coming up in TV news.
As you know, me, Jolly Yellow, and Futiku, whenever she's caught up because she's in immediate blackout, we are big fans of Arrow, and The Flash is coming out soon as well on the CW. Now, Warner Brothers has taken to the liking of, all right, these live action shows work well. We're gonna make a Supergirl series. So they're going to try and make a Supergirl series. Now they haven't said who's gonna play her or whatnot, but it might not. There's no current deal in place with Warner Brothers and DC to make it, but they're talking about doing it because people want it. And it is most likely that it might not end up on the CW network. It's whoever pays the most money to get it. And if it's picked up, this will be the first female-driven comic-based TV show, since Wonder Woman, the original Wonder Woman, the only Wonder Woman.
From the 70s, just so you know.
And that gets me to thinking a bit like, who could play Kara? Who could play her? Who would, Jalio, who do you think could play Supergirl?
Supergirl? I have not thought about trying to cast her. You know, what's Kristen Bell doing these days?
She just had a baby.
That's the first thought off my head. Or
well, she actually Veronica Mars, even though the movie bombed, they're getting a web series. They're getting a web show.
okay. Then there's, and speaking of keeping in line with superheroes, I can never pronounce her last name. She was the cheerleader in Heroes.
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
He's saving whales right now.
What was that?
I'm not shooting your ideas. I'm just letting you know where they all are.
Yeah, because I don't keep up with actors and actresses that well, so like if they're not immediately in my face doing something, I probably don't know what they're doing. But I think Hayden, I want to say she's on like, what is that, Nashville, that show on TNT about country music stars?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's on that right now. So
I would like to see Hayden get back into it because I know they're remaking or they're rebooting. They're bringing back Heroes for something that they're doing.
okay.
Heroes, whatever. But I don't know if she's a part of it. I know they got her, the guy with the horn rim glasses guy, a part of it. But I don't know if she's going to be a part of it. But I would like to see her come back and be a superhero again.
Yeah, I mean, to cast Supergirl, I mean, basically you're gonna be looking for a young blonde white woman. And as far as the current crop of young blonde white actresses, I guess you could say there's a lot of them out there that probably could fill the role or do the role.
Well, they probably would get some no name, if anything. A no name with potential.
Okay, maybe she's done like one or two little things here and there, and then this would be what puts her on the map, perhaps.
Because that's what Heroes did for Hayden. She was in some stuff beforehand, but that was her stomping ground. That was what made her famous. But I'm excited. I would love to see what's going on with it. Speaking of more superheroes, as you know, Gotham is due to air on Fox here in the fall soon. And Netflix has come in and just swooped that series up and has bought the rights to air Gotham as soon as it finishes its season. Like when the season's over, it's just going to go maybe wait a couple of weeks and hop right on Netflix just like that. And Jolly Yellow, and when I told Jolly Yellow this, how much per episode are they charging for, or did they buy? Because he was very upset. Tell him.
Bullshit. Okay, so basically, I will tell them, Netflix has worked out a deal with the creators of the Gotham television series. Bear in mind that the Gotham television series does not start airing until this fall. I believe it'll be later this month in September. I think it's like September 22nd or something like that. So, show has not even premiered on television yet. But Netflix has worked out a deal to immediately put the first season of Gotham on Netflix for streaming at $2 million per episode. So that's a pretty big gamble there on Netflix's part. That means they have agreed in advance, before knowing what the critical response is going to be on Gotham. Here, we're going to pay you $2 million per episode for the first season of Gotham to put it on Netflix and stream it as soon as season 1 is over with. That's a big gamble. I mean, I understand that they've done a lot of content. They got Orange is the New Black. They have Hemlock Grove, House of Cards. So Netflix is starting to really reach out there and try to make themselves a viable network. But I still think that's a pretty big gamble to put $2 million down on $2 million per episode on a show that has not even aired yet.
With 16 episodes.
16 episodes. So we're talking $32 million. They're dropping $32 million on a show that hasn't even aired yet. Wow.
You got balls, Netflix. And it's pretty much saying if we can't have it, no one else can.
Right? So screw Hulu.
Hulu ain't getting it. Hulu's not getting it, and Amazon sure as hell ain't getting it. But what else? And speaking of more superheroes, this is for me and Bishi, because who doesn't want to be their own superhero? As you know, back in 2012 was the final year of City of Heroes, which was at the time the best creative superhero game out there. And it had its swan song. It had a big swan song. They are
It went on for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm. They are thinking about bringing it back with a brand new game. A brand new game. It's still going to be City of Heroes, but better and different and a lot more. I think it's still going to be free play, but it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot different, a lot better. You won't be able to carry over your save data, of course. But come on, guys. But
so it would be a brand new game. So whatever you had previously is gone forever.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, because all of the save data was actually stored server side.
Yeah, I'm sure the servers have been wiped by now, and that hardware got put into something else.
More than likely.
Yeah. Let's see, and City of Heroes is one that I actually missed out on back in the day. I don't play too many MMOs, but I heard good things about it.
How did you miss that? Dude, that was like the best thing in the world, man. Like, pretty damn good. I had to replace it with DC Universe. Like after it went away,
And
after I
that
started
wasn't that
playing.
good.
It wasn't. It didn't. DC Universe was okay, but it just didn't give me a lot of options as City of Heroes did back in the day. And I enjoyed it.
City of Heroes was like you had so much character customization that it was ridiculous.
And the backstory on like the actual lore of the game was great.
It
Like,
actually went side by side with the comics because I
Yeah.
actually had comic book releases that went with it.
yeah, and then they came out with the expansion pack, City of Villains, which then, lo and behold, you don't like being a superhero? You want to kill other people? Be a villain. And then guess what? Fight your friends. Like, you can leave this group that you were with and become a villain with the same character name.
Well, actually, hold on. First they did City of Villains, and then they did Going Rogue, where if you were a villain, you could actually work your way to be a hero, and if you were a hero, you could work your way to being a villain. The reason I know that is because my main character actually became a vigilante.
Because, you know.
So I went, like, off the hero trail to, like, middling, so I could actually go back and forth from the Rogue Isles to Paragon City.
Oh, nice.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, if that does come back around, if it's a free to play, I might give it a try the next time around. It's not every day a game is ended, is gone for a couple of years, and then actually makes a comeback. So, you know.
Oh,
Dude,
well,
it was... I loved that game so much. Mav, did I ever tell you how many badges I ended with that one character?
you did not. Because we were supposed to play, but then my other computer got garbaged out, and I couldn't play, like, the last part of it. But how many badges did you get?
618.
Look at you being a hero and saving people and doing all your missions and stuff.
Actually, a lot of, like, a decent amount of those were like, let's see, I had, I actually, exported my character data so I can go back and look at it.
I was like, how are you looking this up? It's all gone.
I actually managed to get a couple of badges from Holiday 2005. I had the 36-month veteran badge.
So you're in there for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry, wait, hold on. 48-month. There's 57-month. There's 72-month. So 72-month veteran badge.
6 years, and that's what you were.
Oh, wait, hold on. 87-month veteran. I'm looking through and trying to see how many. Yeah, 87-month veteran, I think, is the highest that I got.
And that's how many months you were playing the game?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's wow. Okay, so
You know, here's the thing.
7.25 years.
Yeah.
They reward you for playing. Like, if you stuck in with them that long, they give you free shit, like, constantly.
Yeah.
Think of it like when we play Payday all the time. They give us cool things because you're playing. And they love you, and you're their lifeline. They want to pump you, keep you alive. Interested.
Yeah, oh god, I just looked at this. My character was blinging, to say the least. I had 563 million influence.
Now, was that
He
currency?
smiled at you. Pretty much, if he just did, either you gave him your money, or clothes fell off. What happened? I just wanted to go to the grocery store.
It was the influence was the money system.
Still, whatever. You got that much money.
I also had nearly 40 million experience points. I played the fuck out of it. I was level 50 and it stayed level 50. I was working, like, I got to level 50 and then for like 3 years I kept playing that character even though he had reached level 50, just because I wanted to get so many more of the badges and take on some of the big monsters and everything.
I got to
But
level 40, and that's when I stopped.
no, Jolly Yellow, to give you an idea of some of the shit in this game, like one of the raid bosses. If you find any City of Heroes or City of Villains player, and you mention Hamadon,
Fuck you.
they will either they're either gonna do that, or they're gonna look at you like you're something else.
Was this Hamadon raid real?
Yes.
I broke a lot of things because of that raid.
Okay, you see the space between my fingers?
Yes.
That's about the height of what Miss Liberty would be.
Compared to this thing. Wow.
Hamadon.
What was Hamadon? It was like a dragon,
Hamadon was a giant, like, fucking nebulous cell thing. He started out as a scientist and then went fuck nuts crazy. And basically...
He was perfect chaos. He was perfect chaos.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of friends that day.
Dude, I tried the Hamadon raid once. We had 60 people go after him, and we still got our asses handed to us.
I never beat him. Still to this day, I never beat that raid.
That raid was some serious shit.
Oh. Hated that raid. No, what happens is my friends, we tried it. We tried it on 6 different occasions. And on those 6 times, well, no, 4 of them we came this close. And then our healer died.
Yeah, if you did not have a healer, nah, you were screwed.
Of course not. A big raid, like, if it's a long-term raid where you're going to be there for, like, hours, yeah, your healing has to be on point.
Like, I don't know if this is going to work, but can you guys see the picture?
Hold on, no. Let it get some time.
I did not see the picture.
Why is that not working? I don't know why screen share is not working. Hold on. Let me do it this way. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Let me try it this way. Okay, here we go.
It's still darkness. Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, okay. The person that you would see on the very, like, far left side, that little itty bitty thing way over there, that's Miss Liberty.
Oh.
Hamadon is the giant fucking blob.
The blobbiest thing in the background.
Yeah, and then you have Rularu the Ravager right next to it, and these are some of the giant monsters that you could fight. You had the Hydra that's basically right in front of the Nebulous right there, that green thing. You had Aokai over here, the Pumpkinhead dude. You had Luska, the giant octopus that actually showed up in Independence Port a lot. Yeah, these were a lot of the like giant monsters. Wait, where's the Babbage? The Babbage is actually, I think, down here somewhere. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th from the left, counting the very small blip that's Miss Liberty.
Okay. The ogre thing with the big club.
No, actually, the one right next to it.
To the left of it. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Babbage. That's like the Clockwork King sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The giant, what looks like a mech, just to the left of the octopus, is the
Fuck that
Chronos.
octopus.
Yeah, fuck the octopus. But no, that's the Chronos Titan. I actually managed to solo that bitch.
What was your power set? What did you run as?
Okay, I ran a dark melee invulnerability scrapper. Let me see what my power set was. Da, 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 da. Let's see. I ran, like I said, I ran a dark melee invulnerability scrapper. Let me see if I can find where exact. Okay, yeah. It was, I had all of the dark melee skills, so Shadow Punch, Smite, Shadow Maul, Touch of Fear, Siphon. Siphon Life, I actually had Touch of the Nictus. I had 4 Touch of the Nictus level 50 enhancements in it. Then Dark Consumption, I had 5 Performance Shifters, Soul Drain. I had 6 Sirocco Dervishes. And Midnight Grasp, I had 6 Siphon Insights. And then for my regeneration, I had all of that. I had all of those. I had Fast Healing. I had 5 Doctored Wounds crafts. Basically, I had enough stuff to where if I actually went down, I could actually self-res myself, and then I would pop a couple of my powers, and I would have somewhere around I'd say probably 20,000 hit points, and I would recover somewhere around 1,000 every second.
So you were good to go.
Yeah.
Me on the other hand, he liked to get his hands dirty. Me, I like to just shoot you with my laser bolts in my hands. Pew pew. I was a blaster type. What was your movement? Were you leaping? Was that your movement speed?
No, I was a super sprinter.
Okay, you were a runner.
I was a runner. You could leap, you could
sprint.
Actually, I had 2.
Mm-hmm.
I ran and I teleported.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, me, I just
because my final, like the prestige powers or whatever that I got, I actually did get. Oh, my prestige power was Epic Body Mastery. But I did have enough like money and whatnot to where I could actually buy temporary powers to get like teleportation and team teleportation and that sort of thing.
Nice.
So if the team got fucked up, I ran away and, rezzed everyone over and like brought everyone over.
All right.
And then I'd wait for their shit to recharge, and then I'd run headlong right into the mob and just start getting all the aggro. I was a tank without being a tank.
You were Iron Fist. That's what you were. You're technically Iron Fist. But no, like, you can see how fun these types of games are when you play them. And that's what I loved about it when I played it. It's like, get to be my friends. We get the. I was in one of the guilds too. I was one of the leagues or whatnot. I forgot who I was with, but we did a lot of missions. That's who I went on the missions with. The raids and whatnot. Those raids, like I played a lot of WoW growing up. And when you get a raid wipe, it's not as bad. When you see the people die and see the heroes,
oh god, it was bad.
And then it got to the point where you could PvP. It would be just this entire faction versus the supervillains and fights.
That actually reminds me, I actually managed to go after some of the supervillains in that game.
You did have the ability to do that. You couldn't turn it on and off. It's just when it happened, you watch your ass because you've made an enemy now, and everyone's gonna find you. But speaking of game revivals and being rezzed and whatnot, I think it's like a group thing. Like this is probably one of the best horror games I've ever played. Is Alan Wake. And if you haven't played Alan Wake, get on it. Play that game. Play the shit out of it. It's on Steam. You can go buy a copy of it for the Xbox. Doesn't matter. Go buy it. Go buy it. Recently, in a recent interview with Xbox Achievements, Remedy Entertainment's creative director Sam Lake teased the studio's future plans that could include the development of a proper Alan Wake sequel. Now, if you don't remember what happened when Alan Wake American Nightmare came out, that was like the last and only DLC for it. And then everyone was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for a sequel until the creator came up and said, look, I don't want you guys to keep thinking there's going to be a sequel. I'm sorry. It's just we were working on it, and then things got mixed up, and we weren't able to continue it. The funding wasn't there, so we had to scrap it. And literally, I remember that day because I cried. I cried. I was hurt. I was sad because I wasn't waiting for this game. Now, when they finish it, it will be, when the time is right is when the sequel will come out. They have the ability and the funds to do it, but it's just going to take time. Like, what was that game that you and Footy Crew were looking forward to? Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
It'll be done when it's done. Pretty much is what they said. But if they do, oh my god, because the Alan Wake game itself left on a cliffhanger. Like, I don't care what anyone says, that was a cliffhanger, and it lets me want more, and it hurt me. But the next game that you'll see for Remedy will be the Quantum Break game that's coming out soon. So if you want to support them, go buy Quantum Break when it comes out. That's all I have for that. I think one of us which one of us has Alan Wake, by the way?
Yeah.
I have it.
Alright.
Sounds like a
All right.
mission.
If anything else, we add that to the list of doing things for Halloween. So that people can see this game. Other than that, that's all I got to talk about today.
I'm trying to think if I had something else.
Well, just a brief mention about Payday 2. They had an Assault Pack DLC released a few days ago, and
Awesome.
yeah, and it came with someone feel free to correct me on new masks, some new achievements, and new weapons. So there's no new actual jobs or missions in it, but
Not yet. It's coming.
Well, yeah. Of course, in the future we will be seeing more content. But as of what was in the Gauge Assault Pack that released a few days ago, it was just new weapons, new achievements, new masks, and I think maybe like some new textures and paints and customizations for your masks. But
Yeah.
So, no new jobs. But in relation to those jobs, they did seem to rebalance or to attempt to balance the experience point system. Because I actually level up a little bit better now.
So do I.
Yeah, because before, I guess, before this fix a few days ago, leveling was fine until you got to about the early to mid-60s, and then it seems to fall. But now
I picked up 3 levels in the last couple of days.
Yeah, same here. I've picked up probably 4 levels in the last 4 or 5 days since they released it. And it's now sitting down. It's to the point where, about every other, maybe every third job, you actually gain a level. Instead of running 6 or 7 jobs, and you might gain a level and a half. So hopefully that'll bring some people back and start getting more people onto the servers. And, more people on the servers, Overkill will recognize that we love them, and they'll give us some love back.
But there were three guns. I just know them by their real names. The FAMAS, which is what we're trying to work. Like all of us are trying to learn how to use correctly because that gun, I need a laser sight for it. I can't hit fire from that gun.
Is that the one that Payday calls the Clarion?
Yeah, the Clarion
Yeah.
rifle.
Okay,
Where
yeah.
it's like I could be looking right at you, hit fire, and I just go full on stormtrooper.
Yeah,
I
they're
can
gonna
write my name behind you, and bullets.
right behind you, not even through you, but behind you.
Yeah. There's been many times where I've stood right in the face of one dude, emptied a clip into him, just emptied a clip, didn't hit him. I'm down. Like, what? When we played the other day, I kept getting down because I couldn't shoot. Like,
It doesn't help that some of those guys seem to be wearing technical armor. They are awfully athletic. Like those guys are pulling like combat rolls out of nowhere. It's like they're literally like they're at a full sprint, and then they combat roll to the left. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense, man. You're wearing too much armor to pull off that, but do it anyway. Defy physics.
and eventually, maybe if time permits it, we can stream, another run through of Payday. Because for some reason the fans love Payday. You love it when we play Payday together for some reason. I don't know why. I think you just like seeing us all scream and get shot up, but I don't. And you secretly want us to fail. That's also in your back of your mind.
Well,
So
that
it's
explains
not
why
gonna lie.
everyone wanted to see me play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Nigga, they wanted you not to come back.
You brought that on yourself, pal.
I'm not playing it. I refuse. I'm sorry. I already had to deal with the same patient wards. At least I can run. You're stuck in the chair.
Right.
I don't want to play Outlast. I don't want to play it.
Don't play it. I won't be mad at you if you say I'm never going to play Outlast again.
I can't because my pride is telling me I have to finish.
Yeah, same with me and White Day.
You know what? You can have your pride. So the month of October is going to be real fun for you two trying to play those games.
Oh, bruh, there's one game that we can all play. It's actually a 4-on-1, or it's a 1-on-4 game. It's called Damned, where we're four friends in an abandoned house together, and then one of the other friends gets to be a monster and goes and kills us, and we have to outrun them.
Yep.
That's actually not a bad sounding idea. As long as Krulman is not the monster, I think we'll be okay.
That'd actually be more fun because
that would not be fun. I don't want Krulman to be the monster.
I mean, we would take turns. It's like hide and go die. That's what it is.
A tag, you're it, and
no tag, you're dead. Like,
well, I mean, as in it passes them around like a round robin, as who becomes the monster, I guess.
Yeah, that's how it'll be.
Monster.
But I wouldn't mind playing that one. It'd be more of a group one. It'd add to the group ones of like Damned and Left 4 Dead 2 because. And actually, with Left 4 Dead 2, you guys, I want to know. We as a group have played Left 4 Dead 2. We can play it blindfolded if necessary. Like we play it blindfolded on any difficulty. On any difficulty. So, that was weird. So, what I want to know is, if we were mods on it, that's what we're going to do. We're going to play mods. What mods would you want us to see? Would you want us to play? Like, either like a different skin for a character or levels that you guys have seen on YouTube or whatnot. I know for one of them, it's where all the zombies are like demon versions of the Teletubbies. And Hank Hill is the tank, or Johnny Bravo is the tank.
I'm still partial to Johnny Bravo being the tank.
I wonder if I can find a Brock Lesnar mod.
Oh god, that thing would be dead before I even see it.
Brock Lesnar. Well, you don't have to worry
This
about
is
much. He
free.
doesn't have speaking lines, so
It's when he speaks is when it hurts.
so he actually speaks. He doesn't actually attack you. He just yells at you.
No, the tank goes to punch.
Um,
Or you could
well,
make this
yeah.
a big show. And
Actually,
every time-
it'd probably be the same as a Howard Dean mod, and no one would notice.
But yeah, we want to know, like, we could put up a vote about it, or we could find some. Just let us know, because those are ones that we are going to play as a group. Like, no getting around that. We're going to play it. But we want to know. We like having you guys on, even though some of you don't really talk. But some of you do talk, and we admire that, and we thank you for that. And we know the ones who are shy or whatnot, they're listening and watching, and you stayed this long.
Well,
You
we
put up
think
with us this long. Yeah.
yeah, and so
But give
yeah,
us feedback.
yeah. So if maybe there's a game you'd like to see us play, mention it. Maybe someone already owns it.
Maverick scares easy. I'll let you know real quick.
Oh.
So this is why I'm also dreading Halloween.
I'm going to put this out there right now. Jolly Yellow does not play horror games, so just
He's that one black guy. He's that one black friend that didn't go with his white friends up to the cabin.
No, I was about to go to the cabin, but as soon as I found out where they were going and found out there was some ancient mythical legend where the cabin that they want to go sleep at is buried on like a 2,000-year-old sacrificial monument or something, I'm like, nope. No need to.
Give me your wills and last testament. Come on. I'll have it for you. But other than that, I think that's it. Really.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else that we have to.
Pretty much it.
All right. Well, let's see. Go ahead and pay the bills. So, thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, please click the subscribe button down below. If you are not already following us on Facebook, please do so as well. It's facebook.com/Omake Ikuze. As Maverick just said, if you have any sort of as Maverick and Jolly Yellow just said, if you have any suggestions for any games that you want us to play, suggestions for the show, topics for future shows, anything of that sort, please email us or send us a message on the Facebook page. The email is omake.ikuze@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/omake_ikuze_games. I have not yet figured out what I'm going to do on Wednesday. I might just pull something random out of the hat. And just go with that. To be perfectly honest, law school has been kind of kicking my ass. So I think you guys can maybe let me slide on this one. But I'll figure out what we're doing with the gameplay and get voting going. Not this week, but next week for the stream that's going to be on the 17th. And then I believe, are we going to pick up shows 2 weeks from now?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Maverick has to go do a stupid meeting at work in his real life from 6 to 9 o'clock that night,
So,
that Sunday.
Our next show will be on September 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So be sure to tune in, and until then, this has been Bishi.
This has been Maverick.
This was Jolly Yellow.
Oh, I just ripped stuff on there.
Take care, guys. We'll see you around.
Bye.